A cable television company stores information about movie purchases made by subscribers. Each day, the following information is summarized. So each day, the following information is summarized and stored in a publicly available database. So the day and date each movie was purchased, the title of each movie purchased, the cities where subscribers purchased each movie, the number of times each movie was purchased by the subscribers in a given city. A sample portion, so there's just a portion of the database, is shown below. Database is sorted by date and movie title. Which of the following cannot be determined using only the information in the database? We need to find out which one of these answer choices is talking about some kind of information that cannot be determined directly from a database that's structured like this. So let's go through each of the answer choices. A says the date when a certain movie was purchased the greatest number of times. So this can easily be determined from the data set because the data set here organizes the by the date and movie title, and it shows us on each day which movies were purchased. So we can easily see which day that a certain movie was purchased the greatest number of times by just sorting by the number of by sorting by the movie title and adding up the number of times purchased for a specific day and do that for every day to get the day that the movie was purchased the most number of times. This is so because we record the day and date for the day and date every day for the movie purchases, we can determine this information. So A is able to be determined. B says the number of movies purchased by an individual subscriber for a particular month. So B cannot be determined from the information in this database because according to this database, the actual identification of each subscriber, like the name or an ID number, is not recorded for each subscriber. So we cannot get personalized data on the individual level based on the subscribers. So we don't know who's who in terms of who's buying these movies on each given day. So B cannot be determined from this database. We would have needed some kind of name column where we record the day and date for certain specific people by their name or their ID for a particular month. So B cannot be determined, and so that likely means it's the answer, but let's check the others. C says the total number of cities in which a certain movie was purchased. We can easily determine that from the data. So the total number of cities where each movie was purchased. So we can just sort by the movie title. So we can see, like, if we wanted to find out which cities that movie A was purchased in. So we would just look at where movie A was purchased on these days and then look at the cities. So Houston, Texas, Detroit, and Wichita, Kansas. So just from this data set here, we could determine that there were 3 cities in which movie A was purchased. So we can determine C. D says the total number of movies purchased in a certain city during a particular month. So this is easily determined in the data set. All we would have to do is just filter the day and date. Currently, this shows every day. We would just have to separate them into specific months. And then we would have to further filter it by the city. So say we only wanted to look at January, so we would only find the days in January, and then further filter those down so that they would all have the same city, that certain city. So then that would allow us to filter the city and the particular month, and then we would just add up the number of times purchased. So yes, we can determine D. All of these things, the number of movies purchased, the city, and the month are recorded. But in the case of answer choice B, the identity of the individual subscriber is not recorded in our data set, which means that we cannot determine this information in B. So B is the correct answer.